Philosopher Soren Kierkegaard said, and I'm going to totally roughly paraphrase this completely, that if you want to save a starving man, then the first thing that you're going to have to do is take all the food out of his mouth. What he was aiming for here was the concept that when you pack your mouth so incredibly full of food, then you lose the ability to swallow that food and you lose your ability to get the nutrition that you were aiming for as you were shoving all that stuff in your mouth. We are very much the same way right now in our modern or postmodern world, depending on how you frame that, when it comes to information. At the end of most of our fingertips, we can get information on everything from doing something nefarious and illegal to studying research information on how to create a breakthrough in a particular illness. All of that information is right there at our fingertips all the time. There's so much information that the concept of analysis paralysis becomes very, very real for us right now. We know that if we're looking at 3 studies, there are 3 more out there, and we just need to search a little bit longer to find them. And if we have 10 studies, then there are probably 10 more out there, and if we search a little bit more, we'll find them. There's a problem with that, though. At what point does our information equal Soren Kierkegaard's perception of how to save that starving man? That there's so much information that we default to a bias that we need more and more and more information before we can make effective, essential decisions. No wonder people struggle in our current time frame to make decisions about things that are pressing on their lives. It's that intense need for additional information that's been created because all that additional information is out there and ready for the taking. In Dobelli's Art of Thinking Clearly, this is information bias. If you're picking up his book and flipping through it and looking for it, this is number 59 in his logic fallacy. So what do we do about that? All this information that's available to us. Do we just stop researching? Do we just stop reading? No, of course not. We start with pulling the bare facts of whatever it is that we need to make a pressing decision on. And we look at those. And with those bare facts, if there seems to be a pretty solid direction that that information is pointing us toward, then there you go. Begin to move in the direction of that particular decision. It doesn't mean stop researching. It doesn't mean stop learning by any means. What the information bias sets us up for is an inability to actually move forward in a way that feels like we can put our hands on the steering wheels of our own lives, because we're constantly defaulting to the next piece of data that will eventually be there. It will eventually be there, but how long are you going to wait for it?